Hello and welcome all your dear audience and souls. This is my first video in English and I hope you will be fine with the mistakes, wrong spelling, pronouncing and so on. But now I think it's time for getting my message and mission abroad further and bigger out. So therefore now I make this video in English. My name is Robert Södergren and I have been working with personally self and spirit development since the end of the 80s. But since the middle of the 90s, I started to experience past lives, and now I have met and lived through more than 150 past life experiences and sequences from them. It have given me a big knowledge, understanding about what suffering really is and where it's built up, why it's built up, and how it will be released in any circumstances and forms it takes, physical as psychically. If you see in the context of daily basic life what suffering, disorder, and what we wrongly calling sickness, disasters, ailment, and so on. If you see what that really is about, is it about experience of uncomfortable states, experience of suffering or painfulness, experience that is in the mind and developed and showed out in the body form. Why so that? Why is that? That's because of, or I will say there is two reasons why we are suffering, physically or psychically. The one of them is that we not are true to our inner self, our core, our essence as a light and love person and soul, spirit. And the other thing is that there is something deep down in the cell plane or level where there still is reminiscence of experience and situation, memories from the past and past life especially. my experience is that past life is the code. Is here everything started. And what we are experiencing in this life is just a new example for that course. A new confirming on what we at that time in that life hold on and close us to as a belief system, as a way to meet and see ourselves, others, and life particularly. So therefore, we are the source of the suffering, nobody else. It's what we have decided to say yes to, even it is in a past life, that still influence our life experience and way to be in life. Also in the form of manifestation and handle ourselves out. Why that? That's because of that situation, that experience from the past life. We didn't have found acceptance and peace with. And that as the deepest level in the body, in the memories of itself. The body have been, not in this form, but in another form, participate in that life, and therefore in all that shapes, aspects, and position it have take that time, it will be printed as a memory that we will hold on until we find peace with it. Every tightness in the body, every pain in the body, every cough, every wrong named illness is coming from there. So when we go out in life nowadays, in this life, we reflect it in the surroundness, in other souls, other people, related closely or further away from us, doesn't matter. We are all tools for each other to be conscious about what we haven't get rid of from the past and the past life, especially. So when we meet another person, what we have experienced and how we have reacted earlier and in past life, we will meet again. And if we are not living consciousness in the life, we will get stuck in it and think that we are that experience that we don't understand is an experience from past life and the past. So we just, as an automatic pilot, reacted as we do that time. That is our barrier to be true to our inner self and to live out our deepest truth, longings, hopes, and wishes. Because all this have made a kind of, what's the name, slør, net, not a net, filter in front of our lives. No, in front of our light, I mean. And the light and our experience will first meet that layer, that filter, and that will be what we are experienced and reflected out and want to be confirmed in. So therefore, we redraw people and situations that could make this confirming for us. And that is a way we hold ourselves back in the past and past lives, situation and experiences. So what can we do with that? We can meet it, accept it, and feel it the whole way through. As a packet, we put our consciousness on, our intention on. When we have seen the whole package, there's only a paper back. There's no more to experience, and the paper is the mind, and is the memory about the experience. But how do we do that? How do we connect with that past and past life situations? It's very simple, but it costs courage and understanding and nourishing that all what you experience when you have this way of being in the body and in the life is only experience that can not harm you. You are intact soul, whole all the time, full of light as your core and essence. You cannot have a hole in you, in your soul. You are the soul. So therefore, nothing can do any harm to you. Even if the experience are very hard and painful and suffering in its way of showing itself, it cannot harm you at all. But it can be an experience in that way. But still, just as it was at that time, where you experienced and close into it, hold and grip on it, and now be locked in that position and state. But there's a special way to meet all this, and that is deep down in the physically genitals, down in the bottom of the underlip life, or what you call this part where the genitals are fast on. fasted on, deep down there, with a deep inner experience from your core of yourself as a soul, with a focused and a grip to the breath that will go as deep at that place, down in the under life, down in the genitals. From there, you have all the possibilities to connect to the cells and the memories in the cell, in the body. And when you stay in that position and live from there, you experience inside and outside from there all what you meet in the outer world in relation to others will reflecting and wake up all these old things that cause the suffering for you in your life now. But when you meet it with acceptance, it will get loose and now no longer hold the grip in you and your life and the way of manage or handle out in the outer world. But that is not enough. You also have to manifestate what you really want deepest inside yourself, deepest in the core of you as a soul, deepest in the essence of you as a soul. Because that manifestation in the outer world will do that now you build up a new platform to meet others in life from. And now with the Eviglin releasing of the older belief systems, thoughts, feelings and thoughts that is connected to the experience from the past life and the past. Now you're free, and that principle and aspect of the life, of your life, free to put in all new experiences that is more connected with your inner self, the inner part of the essence of you as a light and love person, soul, spirit. And therefore it will not cause suffering when you is giving that to others, yourself, and life. That's a prescription of how to lose every kind of suffering. Is it physical? Is it just a way of somatate in the body, somaticize in the body? And it is not that is the interesting thing. The interesting thing is how to connect to it, how to meet it through accepting it and release the barrier of energy blocking it have done and made in the cells in the body that now causes what we wrongly call sickness, illness, ailment. For me, there is no sickness. There is just an unbalance with a deeper cause, And when we meet it, we can get rid of every kind of suffering, every kind of pain, every kind of uncomfortable experience, because it is just experience from the past and past life that we haven't been meeting and accept and find peace with. Have a beautiful journey. That is all from me from now, but I think it will not be the last video. Before I end up this video and post it, I will say that you on this blog, Åndsvidenskab or Spirit Science, will find a translation tool that will translate all the written posts on the blog. Of course not the Danish videos, language videos, and of course not the interviews from Danish radios, but all the written posts as you will find in that particularly following back from the start and back in the line or list of posts, and all that you can find in the right hand side. If you get more experience or want to connect, you can find all my social media connections deeper in the right hand side of this blog front page. It's as LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and so on. I will wish you a lovely, joyful and happy, lightly traveling in your inner self, in your core and essence, deep down in the body, in every cell where you still have something to release. Have a beautiful life. Love and peace to you all. Bye.